friends, thank you so much for being here. Today, Binks chose my makeup, and honestly, I think he chose pretty well. Roll the clip. Okay, first choice is primer, Binks. So we have the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip, the Say Glowy Super Gel, and the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Base. Which one, Chongo? Okay, well, we're going with this one. Oh, here he comes. Okay, look, Binks. We have the Ilia Beauty Concealer. I can wear as a foundation, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, or the trusty LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. Okay, so I will give you one of these if you help me choose between Fenty Beauty Bright Fix, e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, or the Kosas Concealers. Okay, choose whichever one. So which one are we going with? Which one are we going with? All right, I'll take it, I'll take it. This one or this one? Okay, fair enough. Okay, on to highlighters. So we can either stick with the palette and use the highlighter in this palette, or do the Too Faced Canary Diamond highlighter, or About Face Light Lock Fluid. All right, Binks, your time to shine. Okay. He was on this one the longest. I'll just take it. All right, Binks, this is probably the most important decision you're gonna make. We have blush, Tower 28, Ilia Beauty. I'm really hoping he picks this one, honestly. And the Milk Makeup ones. So, Binks. He keeps sniffing those, so Milk Makeup it is. Okay, on to lip liners. He's like, I couldn't care less. But we have the NYX ones, the About Face ones, and this new Ilia Beauty lip liner that I just got in the mail. I'm really hoping he chooses that one, if I'm being honest. Okay, put a little scent on this, put a little scent on this, and put a little scent on this one. Whoop, he's liking the About Face ones. I agree. He is full of treats at this point, but we have to keep going for the CoverGirl mascara, or the Rare Beauty one, or the Ilia one. This. He doesn't like that one. Or this one. Okay, well, I'll just go with this because he sniffed it. You like it? All right, Ilia it is. Okay, for eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Sephora pencil either way, but he has to decide whether we're choosing the Patrick Ta or the Kosas brow gel. Which one he sniffs? This one? Okay, he sniffed Kosas first. Okay, next is eyeshadow. So he has the option of choosing the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette, or pairing the Gone Matte palette with some of the ColourPop eyeshadows. Let's see. All right, fair enough. Now for lip gloss, we have the Ilia Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss. Hoping he picks this one. The NYX Buttergloss, and the e.l.f. Plumping Lip Gloss. Okay, fair enough. Good boy. Almost forgot about powder. So our options are the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, or the Bare Minimals Original Mineral Veil in the original translucent color. e.l.f. it is. So the first product that Binks chose is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Base. So I'm just gonna put that in the center of my face. I'll show you what the texture looks like. So this is the texture of the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Base. And I didn't give him an option for eye primer. I'm just working through one at the moment. It's the Milani eyeshadow primer. I let the eye primer set for a couple of seconds, then I'm going in with the powder that he chose. Tried and true. This is such a great smoothing powder, especially for the under eyes. Okay, I just went ahead and did this eye off camera just to figure out what I was going to do. And Binks picked the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette. I mean, can we talk about this packaging? I know I've talked about it before. It's the most beautiful packaging I've seen on basically anything ever. This is what she looks like, just pretty neutral palette. I absolutely love it. This has been my favorite palette like for this year. I went in with the color Vibes, which is a mid-tone pinky brown. I already have my tape down, and I just put that very loosely throughout the whole entire crease of my eye. Then I went in with Sakura, which is this darker rosy toned, and I'm gonna focus that on the outer part of my crease, blending into that tape and then taking the rest all the way in. Then with a different fluffy brush, I'm gonna go in with Cherry Blossom, which is this very pale pink, and I'm gonna go above everything and just blend onto my brow bone all the way above the blending that we just did. Okay, so how I did this shadow wing is I went in first with Sakura, the deep rose shade, on this smallish pencil smudge brush. I focused the most pigmentation of the colors like right here on the edge of my eye. So I'm first gonna deposit right here where the tape meets the end of my eye, and then I'm gonna lightly just start to wing it out. Not all the way, but about right here. With the least amount of product on my brush, I'm just gonna blend whatever's left towards the center of my lid. And we're gonna stop about halfway right here. Now to deepen everything up, I went in with this really pretty dark plum color called Bloom For You. And just taking the tiniest little bit, again, we're gonna start right here on the corner of my eye, put down the most pigmentation right here, and then we're gonna go outwards first. And then once we basically have no product left, I'm gonna start to blend the color inwards towards the center of my eye. I'm gonna take the fluffy brush that we use for our crease and just very loosely blend over the top of this wing with no additional product added to the brush. Nice, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the tape off. Very nice, very nice. For the sparkly part of the shadow wing, I'm taking this Glisten Cosmetics number 2 brush. It's a tiny, tiny little detail brush. And I took my setting spray and just thoroughly spritzed it. And then I swirled it into this sparkly color called Sam. I'm just going to finish the liner by placing that right along my lash line and connecting that with this darker color. And those are the eyes done. So for our foundation, Binks chose the Ilia Beauty Sweetener Concealer, and I have it in the shade 7N. And I know that this isn't a foundation, but I've seen a ton of people use this as foundation. It comes with this little spatula. This itself is plastic, it looks metal, but it's not. So you can scoop out the product and you don't have to put your fingers. You can avoid any bacteria going into the product, which I really like. A critique I have about this is I wish it was like the Tatcha products where you just snap the little spatula onto the top. I wish that I was able to do that because I feel like I could easily lose this and I don't necessarily know where to put this. So this is the color 7N on my hand. As you can see, it basically matches my body color. So this is the color 7N swatched on my face. It's a pretty good match, I will say. It's a pretty good match. Pretty full coverage. It's a little bit emollient. I would not say that this is a dewy concealer. I do believe that this would work really well for those of you who have dry skin just like myself. As far as texture goes, I'm still questioning if this product is very good with texture. As you can see, I have a lot of bumps, a lot of scars, a lot of redness. It covered the redness very well in my opinion. I think it did a really good job compared to this side. You see I have lots of hyperpigmentation here, no redness. So I think it's really good for redness. I had this one acne spot that covered up decently well. It's definitely buildable. I do believe it's buildable and it stretches. Did not have to use much of it. I'm going to apply the product with a little spatula and then blend it in with my sponge. So I feel like with the sponge, it's 10 times quicker. Like, it spread so well with the sponge, and I feel like I used way less with my sponge because this product was able to spread so quickly. Okay, I definitely prefer this potted concealer with a sponge. Okay, so this is what the face is looking with that concealer as my foundation. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I know Binks has taste just based on his concealer pick. He picked my favorite concealer of all time, the Kosas Revealer concealer, and I mixed the shades 5.5 and 4.N. And you guys, I've had these for a year and I think they're going bad. Like, I'm gonna try to use them up as much as I can, but this is a clean formula, and so they tend to expire way quicker than other types of formulas, which makes me so sad because I adore this concealer. I use it all the time and I'm not finished with them, so I don't necessarily want to throw them out, but I think it's time. So I let my concealer sit. So while I let my concealer sit, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. So I let him choose my brow gel because either way I was gonna go in with this Sephora Retractable Brow Pencil Waterproof, and this is in the shade 12 Granite. But he chose the Kosas AirBrow Brow Gel, which I have been loving. And then I'm gonna go back in with the spoolie side and just brush through and blend in that product. And then I'm going in with my brow gel, and that's it, guys. I don't clean them up. I don't try to laminate them and shit. Just super quick and easy. And I love this brow gel because it's not messy at all. It doesn't disperse too much product on the brush. And I really like this color. I use the color brown black. And it's just very light and it adheres to your brow. It's not wet and it's not sticky. This concealer has been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead. Pat, pat, pat. I can tell this concealer is getting old because it's like not as movable as it used to be. I love this concealer. It's the best concealer ever. So I'm not gonna set my concealer yet. I like to go in with all of the rest of my face products and then set my concealer afterwards. So for my bronzer, Binky chose the Ulta Beauty 3-in-1 cheek palette, and this is in Santorini Sun. Looks like this. I talked about this in my last video. I've been loving, adoring this product. And I put a little bit right under the tip of my nose and Go in a little bit on the sides, just at the tip of my nose. Yum. And I'm gonna go into highlighter first before blush, and Binky also chose the highlighter from this palette. He chose the Milk Makeup lip and cheek blushes. These smell like fruit gummies. So this is Werk, Flip, and Quirk. I think I'm just gonna have to play it safe and go with Werk because it's the most neutral. And the way I like to apply these is I don't like to go directly onto my face with the stick because I feel like it easily pulls off any product that I have. So I'm just gonna take the It Cosmetics Complexion Perfection and completely coat my brush. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Gonna take a little bit onto the nose as well. These are so freaking pretty. They have, see that shine is from the blush. It's not from the concealer or anything underneath. Take a little bit more. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. powder once again. So he chose the e.l.f. powder, the Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, and I just take about this much and I just lightly press right here. I'm gonna take it down a little bit. Just very lightly press and take it down. And to finish the bottom part of my eyes, I'm going to start with Sakura on this flat e.l.f. eye brush. And I'm just gonna concentrate that color right on the corner. Basically just to stamp it down and then wiggle to blend. And then I'm going to top it with Bloom For You, the deep plum we went in with. Do the same thing. I'm just gonna place my brush, stamp it where I want it to go, and then I'll just wiggle it a little bit. I just realized that I definitely need an inner corner highlight. I've never tried this highlight on the inner corner, so let's see how it goes. Just gonna really load up my little detail brush. Just in circular motions, just swirl it in there. Ooh, that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. This is the Benefit Porefessional Super Setter. The mist of this one is so lovely and fine, like really fine. I like how that feels. Banks chose the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This is a sample size I got a while back. On one side it has a comb, and then the other side is like a normal plastic bristle edge. All right, y'all, this is the face so far. Mascara is on. I really like the eyes. The skin is skinning. And for lips, he chose the About Face lip liners. These are my favorite lip liners of all time. Seriously, they're absolutely worth it. So I'm gonna start off with Cradled, but then I'm gonna deepen it up with the shade Paper Romance, which is this color. So this is what Cradled looks just by itself. Okay, so that's what those two look like together. And then for lip gloss, he didn't choose the REM one. You guys are probably gonna see that in our next week's video because I really want to use the REM stuff. But he chose an oldie but a goodie NYX Buttergloss in the shade Butterscotch. And I'm using the applicator of this to blend in the lip liner just a little better. So this is the final look, guys. What do you think? I think the skin looks really good. It looks flawless, corrected, looks pretty smooth. I like that I didn't have to use powder on the rest of my face because that concealer sets itself. Doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere. I like the lip combination, very good, very pouty. Nice. Can we have a round of applause for the man of the house? Good job, Banks. Thank you to everyone who voted on my Instagram for this video. Thank you to Mr. Banks. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know the drill. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Honestly, you weren't the biggest help today. I'm not gonna lie, but you are pretty cute, so we'll let it slide.